China is a land where nature and time have joined forces to create landscapes that go far beyond imagination. The journey here is not simply about exploring terrain, but about stepping into spaces that challenge reality itself, where mountains rise into the clouds and fierce waterfalls crash down from dizzying heights, roaring through vast wilderness. Amid these impossible places, a cultural current, thousands of years old, continues to flow alongside the rapid pace of modern technology. From the art of calligraphy, where every brushstroke carries deep Eastern philosophy, to the vibrant colors and symbolism of Peking opera, tradition here is not preserved in silence. It remains alive in the present. Join us as we uncover an unseen China, where past and present intersect, and unreal landscapes quietly wait to leave you in awe in this breathtaking 4K journey. Fanjingshan in Guizhou, China, is the highest peak of the Wuling Mountains range, standing at an elevation of 8,432 feet, and is recognized by UNESCO as a World Natural Heritage Site. At Fanjingshan, over 8,000 steep stone steps form a stairway to heaven, a challenging ordeal that pushes people to overcome themselves. Two temples perched on a sharp peak of Fanjingshan create the wonder of Hongyun Jinding, a rock pillar split in two at the summit, with two temples dedicated to Sakyamuni and Maitreya, connected by a narrow bridge suspended above the abyss. With over 95% of its area covered by pristine forest, this place becomes a giant green lung, almost immune to the encroachment of concrete development. Historically, devotees had to spend several weeks traversing dense forests to reach the foot of the mountain, transforming the pilgrimage into a grueling ritual of purifying body and mind. Huku Waterfall is the largest yellow waterfall in the world, and the second largest in China, where the heavily silt-laden water plunges down with fierce power, creating a sight that is both beautiful and awe-inspiring. Here, the Yellow River, almost 1,000 feet wide, is suddenly constricted to less than 165 feet, transforming this area into a giant funnel that forces the immense volume of water down into the deep gorge with incredible pressure. As the water cascades down, columns of mist shoot dozens of feet high, creating a spectacular phenomenon, likened to smoke rising from the riverbed. Huku is not just a natural wonder, but also a symbol of the resilience and indomitable spirit of the Chinese people. At the foot of the waterfall lies Long Tao, a narrow and deep rocky channel stretching for several miles, where the water continues to roar and swirl violently. Historically, this place was an important landmark on the ancient Northern Silk Road transport route, where boatmen had to overcome dangerous challenges. Erhai Lake is shaped like a human ear, which gives it its name Ni Hai, or Ear Sea, and from above, the lake appears as a giant ear rim amidst the plateau. The water's color here transforms from turquoise to deep blue, depending on its depth and the sky's hue, creating an enchanting emerald green beauty. Erhai Lake and the Kangshan Mountains form the Jade Table Kangshan landscape, where the water's surface acts like a giant mirror, reflecting 19 cloud-covered peaks year-round. The lakeside road, about 80 miles long, completely encircles the water, making it a paradise for travelers who love exploring by bicycle or electric vehicle. In winter, thousands of seagulls migrate here from Siberia, creating a lively dance on the calm lake surface. Arksen National Geopark, a vast volcanic geological museum, boasts the highest density of crater lakes in the world, formed by eruptions during the Quaternary period. Yueliang Lake stands out with its nearly perfect round shape, resembling a moon that has fallen into the ancient forest when viewed from above. In autumn, the matrix of birch and deciduous pine forests transforms into brilliant golden hues, sharply contrasting with the turquoise color of the lakes. The Chaihe River winds through towering volcanic cliffs, carving gentle U-shaped bends amidst the rugged terrain. This is also the ancient homeland of the Yuwenki people, the last tribe in China to still maintain reindeer herding and ancient survival skills in the deep forest. The seventh largest freshwater lake in China, Chagan Lake, spans hundreds of square miles and is a giant water source that nurtures a vast wetland ecosystem. Surrounding the lake are extensive reed forests, home to hundreds of migratory bird species, creating a pristine and solitary landscape characteristic of the north. In winter, the lake surface completely freezes over, transforming into a vast white plain where the horizon blends with fog and snow. From December to January each year, the Winter Fishing Festival takes place, attracting tens of thousands of people to witness the fish harvest directly on the thick ice layer. The winter fishing technique here is recognized as a national intangible cultural heritage, preserving ancient nomadic and hunting traditions. The first fish of the season is often auctioned off for a price that can reach billions of dong, due to the belief that it brings absolute good luck and prosperity. Elephant Trunk Hill is a giant cast limestone mass formed during the Devonian period, about 360 million years ago, where layers of rock, eroded by water over millions of millennia, remain sharply exposed under the Guilan sky. Surrounding Elephant Trunk Hill are numerous sharp, vertical rock peaks, characteristic of the Guilan region, creating an oppressive yet majestic backdrop. Ancient tree roots and wild bushes grow from the dry limestone crevices, hanging down to the river surface like natural ropes covering the elephant's rough, rocky skin. On top of Elephant Trunk Hill stands the Puxian Pagoda, a brick structure that appears like the hilt of a precious sword plunged into the stone elephant's back. The cool caves of Elephant Trunk Hill are not just for tourism. They were once used as storage for the famous Guilin Sanhua wine, thanks to their strangely stable temperature and humidity. The surface of the Li River is as calm as a mirror, doubling the mountain's shape with a breathtaking symmetrical reflection. The Liuding Mountain Cultural Tourist Area is famous for its fusion of Buddhist culture, historical relics of the Bohai Kingdom, and the ancestral origins of the Qing dynasty. The main halls of Zhengzhou Temple feature a Tangsong architectural style with grey-tiled roofs and red columns, recreating the golden age of Chinese Buddhism. The statue is assembled from thousands of finely cast bronze pieces, strong enough to endure the severe thermal expansion in a region where winters can reach -22 degrees Fahrenheit. This place is also a cultural sanctuary for the Manchu people, connected with the Qingzhou Ancestral Temple and the ancestral beliefs of the Qing dynasty imperial family, forming a spiritual link to imperial power. At the foot of the mountain, Sacred Lake reflects the image of the Golden Summit Grand Buddha, creating a symmetrical illusion between heaven and earth. Most of the current structures are the result of a large-scale renovation in the late 20th century, transforming ancient ruins into a new tourist and religious sanctuary. Yanmen Pass, known as the first pass of China, is one of the most perilous and crucial passes of the Great Wall. Nestled in the rugged Hengshan Mountains, it served as the strategic choke point of the inner Great Wall, directly safeguarding the Central Plains and the southern capital. With its multi-layered defensive structure, including fortresses, watchtowers, and robust walls, this pass endured countless invasions by nomadic tribes over numerous dynasties. The system of stone and brick city gates from the Ming dynasty still stands tall, representing a military architectural legacy of supreme excellence. History records more than 1,700 battles, both major and minor, that took place here, leaving every stone scarred with the marks of conflict and life or death struggles. The majestic and poignant beauty of Yanmen Pass has inspired the poetry of Li Bai and Wang Wei, making it an emblem of homesickness and a man's frontier spirit. The Hulunbuir grassland stretches like an endless green ocean, considered one of the 3 best grasslands in the world, where over 120 species of precious grasses thrive in an almost perfectly pure environment. With an area of more than 38,600 square miles, Hulunbuir opens up a vast space where the horizon extends endlessly, making people feel small amidst this boundless green ocean. Flocks of pure white sheep move slowly across the deep green carpet of grass, creating a scene like clouds drifting lazily across the ground. The Mergil River winds into continuous U-shaped bends, reflecting the clear blue sky and creating a captivating, symmetrical beauty. This is the cradle of the Mongol Empire, where Genghis Khan once trained his mighty cavalry before conquering the world. Each year, the Naadam Festival, with its 3 traditional sports of horse racing, wrestling, and archery, fully recreates the spirit and cultural DNA of the grassland people. Panjin Red Beach appears like an endless crimson ocean, not made of sand, but from a wetland ecosystem where Suaeda heteroptera grass completely covers the ground with its vibrant and intense red hue. This particular grass thrives only on the saline alkali soil of the Liaohe River Delta, transforming the area into an ecological marvel of harsh salinity. An approximately 11-mile-long tourist corridor cuts through the heart of the region, allowing visitors to view the Red Sea from wooden walkways suspended above the marsh. As the sun sets, the evening light merges with the red tones, creating an illusion as if a colossal fire is burning on the water's surface. Vast, deep green reed forests surround this red expanse, forming a stark, visual boundary between the 2 opposing color palettes. This area is also a habitat for the rare red-crowned crane, a creature that symbolizes longevity in East Asian culture and is currently facing the threat of extinction. In the heart of modern Beijing, an enormous, ancient, and nearly indestructible powerhouse stands, the Forbidden City, spanning over 177 acres and recognized as the largest surviving wooden palace complex in the world. Situated along the straight north-south imperial axis, the Forbidden City forms the backbone of the capital, symbolizing the eternal order of the universe and the absolute authority of the emperor. For 491 years, it remained closed to commoners, and anyone who entered without imperial decree faced the death penalty. What makes the Forbidden City almost unbelievable is that this entire palace was constructed using the dugong technique, where wooden brackets interlock perfectly without the need for a single iron nail. Beneath the floors of the Forbidden City's palaces lies an ancient underground heating system where warm air from outside spread throughout the floors, transforming the imperial palace into a colossal heater during Beijing winters. The Forbidden City became a pivotal moment in history, witnessing the fall of the Ming dynasty and the rise of the Qing dynasty, starting in 1644 when Li Zicheng occupied the palace for merely 40 days before being replaced by the Qing army. Puyi was the last emperor of China, bringing an end to over 2 millennia of feudal rule and witnessing the demise of an empire that once dominated the East. The heart of Changbai Mountain Tianqi Lake sits in a volcanic crater more than 6,800 feet high, with incredibly clear and deep blue waters. The peak also serves as a natural border between China and North Korea, where from the North Shore, guard posts and cliffs belonging to the neighboring country's territory can be seen. Changbai Mountain is a complex volcano with a history of violent eruptions, the most recent being in 1903, and it is currently under strict geological monitoring. Amidst the paradox of ice and fire, thick snow covers the mountain in winter, yet hot geothermal springs exist deep within, creating steaming mineral springs amidst the freezing cold. Chinese people believe that couples who conquer Changbai Peak together will be blessed with a long and happy life, just like the eternal white color of the mountain itself. Considered the Mecca of Han Chinese heritage, this place marked the beginning of the largest migration organized by the imperial court in the early Ming dynasty, a movement that shaped the destiny of over 100 million descendants today. The ancestral worship rituals here have been recognized as a national intangible cultural heritage, attracting millions of pilgrims each year who seek to connect with their origins. The Can Gate, a colossal gray stone architectural structure shaped like the Chinese character Can, stands as a powerful visual focal point, serving as a direct symbol for the concepts of roots and lineage. Every step taken here is not merely a visit, but a journey back in time to touch the very beginning of oneself. The steles, the pathways, and every architectural detail function as a map of memories, guiding people back to their forgotten origins. And within that space, the boundary between history and the present gradually fades, leaving only the silent question echoing, where do we truly come from? The Dailao Palace at Mount Mianshan is China's largest Taoist temple, a massive 13-story complex built against a sheer cliff face and revered as the first Taoist temple for its magnificent and majestic appearance. Temples, hermitages, and walkways are carved directly into the limestone cliffs, hundreds of feet high, creating an architectural matrix suspended among the clouds. With its highest peak reaching 8,399 feet and precipitous drop-offs of up to 90 degrees, this mountain constantly challenges travelers' fear of heights. Mount Mianshan is a rare place where Buddhism and Taoism coexist harmoniously on the same mountain face, forming a complex, multi-layered religious structure.
Em meio a essa paisagem, florestas de ciprestes milenares se enraizam diretamente nas rochas, estendendo-se no ar como garras ancestrais que guardam o topo da montanha.
Standing at the head of the four great sacred mountains, Mount Wutai holds a supreme position in Chinese Buddhism as the Bodhimanda of Manjushri Bodhisattva, the symbol of prajna, wisdom. Unlike sharply pointed peaks, Mount Wutai features a structure of 5 flat summits resembling gigantic lecture platforms representing the 5 wisdoms of Buddhism. The Great White Pagoda, towering 246 feet high, stands majestically in the valley, serving as a prominent visual beacon amidst a maze of vibrant red temples and shrines. Lush green grass carpets the plateau peaks, where herds of horses graze peacefully amidst a sea of clouds, creating a surreal nomadic landscape. For thousands of years, Mount Wutai has become a gathering point for great philosophers, poets, and Zen masters, transforming every stone into a living mark of ancient wisdom. The enormous aquatic maze by Yangdian Lake spans more than 139 square miles, making it the largest freshwater lake on the North China Plain, with over 100 smaller lakes linked by thousands of canals. As part of China's Millennium Development Strategy, it serves as the ecological core for the future megacity of Xiong'an. This region is covered with lotus swamps stretching to the horizon and reed forests towering over 6 feet, creating a captivating semi-aquatic ecosystem. During the anti-Japanese War, this intricate marshland served as a legendary guerrilla base, where its labyrinthine terrain was utilized to eliminate enemies. In the summer, millions of lotus blossoms open simultaneously, transforming the lake's surface into a sea of pink and white against a backdrop of emerald green leaves. The lives of local residents are closely tied to water and lotus festivals, where floating lanterns are released as a tribute to nature. Amidst this scenery, visitors can still observe the art of cormorant fishing, an ancient technique based on a unique symbiosis between humans and these water birds. Hidden deep underground, Dragon River Underground Cave is the world's longest underground river, developed for tourism, where a boat journey of nearly 2 miles takes people through a massive hydrological structure. Ranked as a national 5A-level scenic spot, it symbolizes China's top tourism quality with the highest standards of management and conservation. To delve deeper into the cave, travelers must travel entirely by electric boat, silently drifting on the deep underground river in an experience separated from the world above. The winding waters, passing through narrow and wide sections, are likened to an underground 3 gorges, where steep cliffs are covered with magical stalactites. Inside is a matrix of stalactites and stalagmites shaped like the stone elephant, drinking water, crystal tower, and stone sword, the result of millions of years of nature's patient creation. Yungang Grottoes stands as a colossal cliff-carved masterpiece with 252 caves and tens of thousands of statues stretching over 1 kilometer along the Wuchou Mountains, transforming a silent rock face into a monumental stone scripture. Across the statues are thousands of strange holes, remnants of ancient wooden scaffolding, now time-scarred marks that make them look as if struck by fire from an otherworldly war. From a distance, the cliff appears densely perforated, forming a honeycomb-like matrix that evokes an ancient fortress or a massive alien hive. The Buddha faces, eroded by wind and sand, have lost their noses and lips, creating a surreal beauty that feels both transcendent and unsettling beyond their original perfection. Amid the stillness of sandstone, the coal mines of Datong lie nearby, forming a dramatic clash between the soul of Buddhism and the pulse of modern industry. Despite centuries of war and weathering, Yungang still preserves over 90% of its original structure, a testament to the durability of sandstone and the mastery of ancient engineering. Huang Cheng Xiang Fu, a rare city within a city, spans nearly 9 acres, where the Ming Dynasty inner city and Qing Dynasty outer city intertwine, forming a self-contained defensive maze. The Chen family here is renowned as China's foremost scholarly family, having produced 9 doctoral graduates and 6 members admitted to the Hanlin Academy within just a few generations. Ranked as a national 5A-rated tourist attraction, this complex preserves its ancient 17th century castle structure almost entirely intact. The entire complex was built using local grey bricks and bluestone, bound together by traditional mortar so durable that it has withstood hundreds of years of wind and rain without requiring major renovation. The buildings lean against the mountainside in a layered roof architectural style, creating a complex, terraced structure where the space is always dominated by the massive presence of brick and stone. The name Thousand Mountains for Tian Shan National Park comes from a shortened reference to 999 peaks, as people in ancient times believed that 1,000 peaks would give rise to the Son of Heaven, so the number was stopped to avoid offending royalty. Known as the Pearl of the Northeast, Tian Shan combines the ruggedness of Mount Hua and the gracefulness of Mount Huang within a single geographical structure. Wuliang Peak, with its stone steps sloping at an 80-degree angle, challenges the nerves of travelers and serves as a place for Taoist priests to practice their arts amidst a sea of fog. Hundreds of poems and steles are carved directly onto the rock faces, transforming Tian Shan into a colossal poetry museum that preserves the artistic thoughts of the ancients. Pingyao Ancient City, a living museum of Ming and Qing architecture, is one of China's 4 best-preserved ancient cities, with an urban structure that has remained virtually unchanged for over 600 years. Designated a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1997, it became a prime example of a historical Han Chinese city in terms of planning, politics, culture, and economy. In the 19th century, Pingyao was China's financial center, controlling more than half of the national currency flow through its early banking system. Inside the city walls, motorized vehicles are highly restricted, preserving the gray cobblestone streets and the slow pace of life from centuries ago. Thousands of Siheyuan courtyard houses with symmetrical courtyards, dark gray tiled roofs, and red lanterns create a serene atmosphere where time seems frozen among the ancient bricks and stones. Dubbed the Little Yellow Mountain of the North, Baishishan rises to nearly 6,900 feet, echoing the grandeur of Huangshan, but with a colder, sharper, and more rugged appearance. The mountain once boasted China's longest and highest glass bridge at an elevation of over 6,200 feet, creating a formidable challenge for those with a fear of heights. Old-growth forests cover 95% of its area, creating a stark contrast between the cold white of the marble and the dense emerald green of the highland vegetation. At an elevation of over 5,200 feet, the Mountaintop Cafe allows you to savor espresso as clouds drift through the windows, as if cutting off all connection to the ground. With about 200 days each year shrouded in fog, Baishishan creates a visual effect that makes the peaks appear to float in mid-air. The trails, attached directly to the cliff faces by steel support systems, offer a feeling of weightlessness, as if you are walking through the sky. Considered the spiritual tomb of Genghis Khan, the mausoleum of Genghis Khan does not hold his body, but rather preserves his presence through relics and final mementos. The entire complex is built in the 8 White Palaces architectural style, mimicking the shape of giant yurt tents, symbolizing the Great Khan's eternal nomadic lifestyle. Three magnificent main halls are connected by long corridors with brilliant yellow glazed tiles and emerald green roofs standing out against the vast steppe sky. For over 800 years, the Darhad tribe has diligently guarded the mausoleum and performed hereditary sacrificial rituals without interruption. Inside the mausoleum are vivid, epic murals reenacting his journey from an orphan boy to the ruler of the largest empire in human history. The actual burial site of Genghis Khan remains a great mystery, linked to the legend of 1,000 cavalrymen erasing all traces and witnesses being eliminated to keep the secret. Zhangye National Geological Park is home to a 7-colored screen, a range of towering mountains with 7 distinct colored bands, creating the impression of a giant curtain spanning the sky. The mountain peaks here are not sharp, but rather soft and undulating like colorful waves rolling through the arid desert. The extreme color contrast between vibrant reds, mineral greens, and salt whites creates a dazzlingly saturated palette. This is one of the most brilliant examples of Danxia geomorphology, where red sandstone mountains appear as if draped in rainbow silks. Honored by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 2010, this area preserves geological imprints from Earth's Cretaceous period. According to legend, these vibrant mountain ranges are fragments of the five-colored stone that Nuwa used to mend the sky, which fell to the human world. Spanning over 15 square miles, the Ming Tombs is an underground city for 13 emperors, the world's best-preserved imperial tomb complex, and the final resting place for 13 of the 16 Ming Dynasty emperors. The entire complex is encircled by the arc of the Tianshu Mountains, forming a natural dragon vein that separates yin and yang and protects the essence of the emperors. The size, number of chambers, and patterns within each tomb had to adhere to a strict imperial hierarchy, completely rejecting any deviation or overreach. Dingling Tomb is the only one fully excavated, lying 90 feet underground, with a gigantic stone arch structure that requires no supporting pillars. Changling Tomb, where Emperor Yongle is interred, houses Lingen Hall, the largest wooden building in China, featuring 60 rare, monolithic golden thread Nanmu pillars, more valuable than gold itself. The golden floor bricks are not made of gold, but took up to 2 years of continuous firing and emit a metallic sound when tapped, making their value comparable to 1,000 pieces of gold. All were built upon the philosophy of worshipping the dead as if they were alive, with tombs fully furnished with thrones, artifacts, and treasures for the emperor to continue ruling in the afterlife. The Qiantang River tidal bore is a gigantic silver water dragon rushing inland from the ocean, known as the Divine Tide, with a height that can reach nearly 30 feet. Due to the funnel shape of Hangzhou Bay, which is about 60 miles wide at its mouth, but narrows to just a few miles as it enters the river, the mass of water from the East China Sea is fiercely compressed, pushing the tidal wave to an astonishing height. The wave does not move slowly, but surges forward at a speed of nearly 25 miles per hour, carrying enough kinetic energy to capsize large ships and destroy sturdy saltwater dikes. It appears as a silver wall, stretching from one bank to the other, creating a sharp boundary between the tranquil river and the raging ocean. Before its appearance, a rumbling sound echoes from afar, like the thundering hooves of 10,000 galloping horses, shaking the very ground. Its power peaks on the 18th day of the 8th lunar month, when the gravitational forces of the moon and the sun resonate maximally, and despite the danger, thousands of people still flock to witness it, even though history has recorded many cases of individuals being unexpectedly swept away by the wave. Icon Spring lies in the heart of China's driest and most desolate Haidam Basin, where deserts and stark white salt flats form an oppressive backdrop for this peculiar geothermal structure. The spring's center is a deep dark blue, surrounded by concentric circles of lemon yellow, burnt orange, and brick red, formed by deposits of sulfur and iron oxides. The spring has erupted continuously for thousands of years, bringing minerals from deep underground to the surface and creating a nearly perfect circle. The true depth of its underground source remains a significant mystery, making it a challenging geothermal black hole for geologists. From the spring's center, water constantly gushes out and seeps through cracks, forming dark red streaks that stretch for thousands of feet, resembling the circulatory system of a living entity. Standing before Icon Spring, the sensation of being watched from beneath the earth makes the atmosphere heavy and surreal, as if one is confronting a colossal eye of nature. Have you ever wondered whether there are places on Earth that look as if they belong to another planet? From endless deserts and deep blue oceans to colossal waterfalls plunging from towering cliffs, our planet reveals landscapes that surpass the limits of imagination. Jagged mountains piercing the clouds, vast valleys carved by time, and astonishing geological formations shaped over millions of years create scenes that seem truly out of this world. Yet these wonders are not science fiction. They are real, and exist right here on our planet. Join us as we explore the most impossible places on Earth, where every step feels like crossing into another world in this breathtaking 4K journey. The Mariana Trench is the deepest trench on the planet, where the Challenger Deep reaches nearly 36,100 feet deep, enough to submerge Mount Everest, with still more than 1.25 miles of water above it. Below 3,300 feet, sunlight completely disappears, turning this place into the ocean's black hole, where the concepts of day and night no longer exist. Even beyond the reach of light and familiar life, the trench floor still records plastic bags and candy wrappers discovered by submersibles, the chilling traces of humanity at the world's deepest point. The dark grey vertical cliffs, submerged in shadows, create an oppressive space where the horizon is completely erased. And in the crushing pressure that destroys all structures, even a microscopic scratch on a titanium hull would be enough to cause a submersible to implode and collapse in a few milliseconds. Vøringfossen is not just a waterfall, but a colossal geological rift in Norway, where roaring waters plunge from a height of 597 feet, with a free fall of 476 feet into the narrow Mobodalen Valley. Spanning the top of the falls is a steel bridge with 99 winding steps, resembling a dragon's skeleton, suspended precariously over the deep abyss and compelling travelers to walk amidst thin air with furious, roaring waters below their feet. Looking down from above, a dense mist obscures the waterfall's impact point, creating the illusion of water plunging directly into a bottomless black hole of the earth. The violent impact of the water column shatters the flow into billions of tiny mist particles, and on sunny days, brilliant rainbows stretch across the gorge like an optical marvel. Vøringfossen also symbolizes the compromise between Norway and nature, as its wild waters are harnessed to provide clean energy for tens of thousands of homes. Mount Rinjani is a geological masterpiece with a mountain within a mountain structure, boasting a huge caldera spanning nearly 20 square miles, inside which lie Lake Segara Anak and the fiercely active Barujari volcano. Located at an elevation of about 6,600 feet, Lake Segara Anak has a crescent shape with a vibrant turquoise hue, concealing sulfur and harmful minerals silently simmering beneath its surface. The final ascent to the summit is a sea of loose, volcanic ash, where the cruel rule of 2 steps forward, 1 step back crushes the will of conquerors. At dawn, Rinjani casts a colossal pyramid-shaped shadow across the ocean, stretching for dozens of miles, reaching all the way to Bali Island like a magnificent film of nature. Before this mountain, all modern equipment becomes insignificant as humans realize they are merely walking on the mouth of a colossal, never-extinguishing geological reactor. Can nature create an ocean of flowers potent enough to overwhelm all human senses? The Bailey Rhododendron Scenic Area in Guizhou stretches for over 30 miles and covers an area of about 48 square miles, forming the planet's largest original natural rhododendron belt. More than 60 species of wild rhododendrons burst into bloom simultaneously each spring, transforming the mountains into a vibrant matrix of blazing red, pink, white, and purple, defying all color logic. Amidst this sea of flowers stand ancient trees, over 1,200 years old, silently witnessing the rise and fall of Chinese dynasties, yet continuing to bloom like an immortal biological clock. Guizhou's thick fog continuously engulfs and then reveals these brilliant swaths of color, creating a surreal landscape that distorts the perception of spatial depth. The Yi people revere the rhododendron as an embodiment of the divine, celebrating with the Jishan festival, where Lusheng pipes echo and dances convey an epic spirit. Completely wild and untouched by human intervention, this mountainous region proves that when nature displays its abstract art, It far surpasses all creative limits of humanity. Katuk Monastery is located on the slope of Mount Horpo at an elevation of more than 13,000 feet, where massive architectural structures are stacked, defying gravity and the chasm below. At this surreal altitude, layers of clouds often drift below the foundations, making the monastery appear like a floating island, completely detached from the mundane world. No flat ground exists. The buildings are layered in a cascading structure, forming a spiritual city spilling down from the mountaintop. Millions of vibrant Langtar prayer flags cover the mountainsides, fluttering in the fierce Tibetan winds, like prayers dispersed into the universe. During important festivals, the monastery courtyard comes alive with the Vajra dance ritual, where lamas wearing deity masks perform mystical dances to ward off evil spirits. Bahalpsi, located at an elevation of 7,431 feet in Switzerland's Grindelwald region, is one of the highest accessible alpine lakes, where the thin, cold air dispels all the noise of the world below. In winter, the entire lake's surface is locked under thick ice and several feet of snow, disappearing from the visual map and only awakening when summer returns. Despite the frigid water, the lake sustains small trout and amphibians, creatures that have evolved to slow their heart rates and hibernate beneath the mud when frost covers the area. Behind the water's surface stands the Schreckhorn Peak, 13,379 feet high, sharp like a giant fang, creating a majestic backdrop that contrasts with the lake's pristine clarity. No major rivers flow directly into it. Bahalpsi's water level is silently maintained through an underground hydrological network hidden deep beneath the earth. Do you believe a waterfall could exist that seems to vanish into the earth? Iceland's Gullfoss is a bottomless tier, where a massive river flows across a plain and then suddenly plunges into a narrow fissure, about 66 feet wide and 105 feet deep, creating the illusion of a black hole swallowing the river. The robust basalt cliffs are constantly eroded by the water, causing the Vitagliufur Canyon to recede by about 10 inches each year, demonstrating that this waterfall is still continuously evolving. The name Golden Falls comes alive on Arctic summer evenings, when the sunset dyes the dense mist a brilliant golden hue, like a giant steaming furnace. The falling water is imprisoned within a lead-grey mist, completely obscuring its final impact point and creating an eerie, shadowy tunnel. The cliffs here reveal alternating layers of lava and glacial sediment, transforming Gullfoss into a rare open-air stratigraphy laboratory on Earth. Untamed, Gullfoss is preserved by Iceland in its wild state, becoming the ultimate symbol of nature's power over human humility. What happens when a river is almost completely bent out of its own course? At Chiankun Bay, the Yellow River suddenly bends into a 320-degree enclosed arc, creating the most treacherous and oppressive curve along the over 3,350-mile journey of the 9 bends of the Yellow River. Viewed from above, the yellow muddy water and the protruding land strip combine to form a perfect yin-yang symbol, as if Earth itself has etched a cosmic philosophy with mud and water since time immemorial. From the mountaintop viewpoint, the curve is so vast that the furious waters appear to stand still, creating an illusion of frozen motion for China's most formidable river. This entire swirling formation is the result of the violent uplift of tectonic plates colliding with the relentless erosive power of water over millions of years, an eternal battlefield between solid Earth and a raging current. Erzhaki Nature Park in Russia is renowned for the sleeping Sayan mountain range, where the peaks perfectly combine to form the shape of a giant sleeping deeply amidst the majestic wilderness. Here, Hanging Rock, a massive boulder weighing approximately 550 short tons, balances precariously on the edge of a cliff, touching the ground over an extremely small area, yet defying all laws of physics for millennia. The two parabola peaks stand parallel, creating a perfectly symmetrical curve that evokes the feeling of an artificial structure from an extraterrestrial civilization. Agaki's landscape carries a Middle-earth aesthetic, where grey granite cliffs meet deep green taiga forests and vibrant wildflower carpets, as if stepping out of Tolkien's fantasy world. This place has become a symbol of Siberia's power and solitude, confronting humans with their own insignificance before the great natural world. Heard Island and McDonald Islands are one of the planet's rarest pristine ecosystems, where no invasive species have ever been introduced by humans, preserving Earth's original state. McDonald Island is a growing entity, as intense volcanic eruptions since 1992 have continuously deposited lava, causing its area to double in just a few decades. On the black sand beaches, individual elephant seals weighing up to nearly 9,000 pounds engage in fierce battles to claim territory, creating sounds that echo throughout the desolate valley. Due to dense fog and its harsh location, this archipelago was only discovered by humanity in the mid-19th century, remaining hidden from the world's view throughout history. Ilhéus de Ribeira de Janela is a group of 3 monolithic rock formations standing majestically off the north coast of Madeira, like steadfast sea sentinels against the ocean's erosion. North Madeira's coast directly faces the most violent storms and ocean currents of the Atlantic Ocean, where waves do not lap but crash against the cliffs like volleys of cannon fire. Despite its somber beauty, this place is Europe's sunrise capital, where sunlight pierces through the rock's window, creating a brilliant golden beam like a laser slicing through the mist. The ocean's power transforms seawater into a fine mist that covers the area, creating a natural filter that keeps the landscape perpetually damp, ethereal, and eerie. Unlike resort beaches, the people of Madeira preserve the sharp, pebble beaches and wild coastline, rejecting commercialization to conserve its original, raw beauty. Can the pristine beauty of white snow hide the harsh nature of the Los Plateau? In Huaning County, Gansu, the snow covering the dry terraced fields creates a pure illusion, completely contrasting with the harsh reality of this land. In winter, all agricultural activities are frozen, leaving absolutely silent, black and white stripes under a gloomy sky pouring down from the north. The soft snow covering the terraced structure acts as a gigantic sound-absorbing system, swallowing every sound and returning a breathtaking silence. Under the sun-facing terraces thaw, revealing the vibrant yellow soil, while the shaded slopes remain frozen, creating a strange stratification of colors on the same hillside. When dawn or dusk descends, the edges of the fields cast long shadows, forming a sharp, saw-toothed matrix, suffocating the landscape with its rugged beauty. Although it appears eternal, the Loess Plateau's soil structure is so fragile that just one climate fluctuation or extreme flood could erase this magnificent fingerprint from the Earth's surface. In Canada's far north, Nahanni National Park Reserve boasts North America's most unique karst topography, featuring deep caves and bizarre rock formations that seem to have emerged from an alien civilization. Amidst this subarctic landscape, the Rabbit Kettle Tufa mounds, formed by calcium carbonate-rich hot springs, rise like delicate yet towering white frosted cakes. The South Nahanni River is one of the rare rivers that predates the surrounding mountains, patiently eroding them as they rose and leaving behind illogical geological curves. Nahanni is more than just a national park. It is a symbol of awe, where anyone who sets foot must admit they are merely a temporary visitor in a reality not meant for humankind. Are you ready to witness a floating city capable of breaking every ocean record? Royal Caribbean's icon of the seas, with a gross tonnage of 250,800, is the largest cruise ship on the planet. Longer than the Eiffel Tower, is tall when stood upright. Category 6 on board is the largest water park ever built at sea, with 6 thrilling slides that push heart rates to the limit and redefine every concept of marine entertainment. The Hideaway offers a secluded space with an infinity pool suspended dozens of feet above the water, where ocean sunsets appear in absolute tranquility. Right in the middle of the ship, Central Park cultivates thousands of real trees, creating a vibrant bioforest in stark contrast to the cold steel surrounding it. As night falls, millions of LED lights transform the ship into an artificial Milky Way floating in the deep, dark ocean, overwhelming every frame. Hidden behind its luxury is a closed-loop waste management system where waste is recycled into energy, demonstrating a commitment to eliminate ocean dumping. You are not standing on solid ground in Antarctica. You are standing on a block of ice nearly 6,600 feet thick on average, with its thickest point reaching about 15,500 feet, enough to bend the Earth's crust beneath it. This continent belongs to no single nation, as the Antarctic Treaty designates it a demilitarized zone exclusively for peace and scientific research, a planet without war. In the heart of this frozen expanse lies the active volcano Mount Erebus, with its glowing red lava lake and billowing smoke, directly confronting the surrounding temperatures of minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit. In areas where winds sweep away the loose snow, blue ice emerges after hundreds of thousands of years of compression, suffocating all air bubbles and reflecting a dazzling sapphire light. It was in the Antarctic sky that humanity discovered the giant ozone hole in the 1980s, a stark warning about the consequences of human-made industrial chemicals. Have you ever seen diamonds washed ashore by ocean waves? Iceland's Diamond Beach is an ephemeral museum where icebergs constantly shift position with the tides and temperature, creating an artwork that is always self-destructing and regenerating. This surreal landscape once served as a film set for Hollywood blockbusters such as Die Another Day, Batman Begins, and Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, transforming into desolate planets and breathtaking chases. The diamonds here are ridiculously sized, from as small as a fist to as huge as an SUV, scattered across the black sand like the remnants of a recently collapsed crystal palace. Under the low-angle sun of the Arctic region, the ice blocks act like optical prisms, glowing from within like forgotten biological neon lights. The absolute black sand is not ordinary sand, but ash and crushed basalt rock from ancient volcanic eruptions, where fire and ice directly intersect. The phenomenon of ice drifting ashore depends on the tidal cycle, when the ocean expels ice blocks from the lagoon into the sea and then throws them back onto the beach, like nature's rejection of acceptance. Mont Saint-Michel is a granite island that is connected to the mainland only at low tide, and when the water rises, the road completely disappears, turning it into a solitary fortress in the ocean. Designated by UNESCO since 1979, this landmark has become one of humanity's important identifying symbols, where religion, history, and nature blend in a surreal space. Among millions of visitors each year, the island is home to only about 30 actual residents, including monks and nuns, creating a strange stillness when night falls. At the highest point of the abbey, the golden statue of Archangel Michael, brandishing his sword to slay the dragon, rises like a giant lightning rod in the heart of Atlantic storms. In 2014, a large-scale engineering project replaced the old causeway with a pile-supported bridge, allowing seawater to flow freely around the mount once again and restoring Mont Saint-Michel's true status as an island. Can you imagine a city so perfect it has no weaknesses? Seen from above, Naarden appears as an absolutely symmetrical six-pointed star-shaped fortress, the pinnacle of 17th century military architecture, where every angle was calculated to eliminate all firing blind spots. The grass-covered earthen walls were not built of stone because the porous earth could absorb the destructive power of cannons, swallowing cannonballs instead of shattering into damaging fragments. Right at the geometric center of the fortress is the Grote Kerk Church, with its bell tower rising high like a giant pin, fastening the entire structure to the ground. Naarden became a symbol of the Netherlands' philosophy of survival. If you cannot defeat your enemies, use geometry to contain them, and water to drown all invasion ambitions. Built in the year 1706, during the reign of Kang Hai, the Looding Bridge is an engineering marvel, approximately 338 feet long, with no central support, suspended by 13 colossal iron chains spanning two treacherous cliffs. Under the howling wind and the rhythmic footsteps of people, the entire steel structure, weighing more than 44 tons, sways violently, creating a nerve-wracking sensation of losing balance. Over more than 3 centuries, the wooden planks have continuously rotted and been replaced, but the original dark iron chains have endured, defying time and severe erosion. Today, the bridge deck is intentionally laid with sparse wooden planks, forcing visitors to see the raging, swift current directly beneath their feet through every gap. At both ends of the bridge, wooden pavilions featuring Qing dynasty architecture with curved roofs and red pillars stand quietly, creating a strong contrast with the bridge's frantic swaying rhythm. Associated with the legend of 22 brave warriors crossing the bridge during a historic battle, the Looding Bridge has become an immortal symbol of human will to survive, overcoming all physical limitations. Located on the border of California and Nevada, Death Valley is the largest national park in the United States outside of Alaska, where sand dunes, salt flats, limestone canyons, and ancient volcanic craters coexist in an extreme geological setting. Recognized as an international dark sky park, due to its almost complete lack of light pollution, it has become one of the most impressive places in the world to observe the Milky Way. At Racetrack Playa, rocks weighing hundreds of pounds move by themselves across the dry ground, leaving long, mysterious tracks for decades before their mechanism was deciphered. At Badwater Basin, pure white salt hexagons stretch endlessly, creating a perfect geometric surface that reflects the sky like a mirror. And about once a decade, when there is enough rain, the superbloom phenomenon transforms this harsh valley into a vibrant yellow flower carpet, completely negating the meaning of the name death. Gili Meno is the smallest and quietest of the 3 Gili Islands, where you can walk around the coastline in just under 90 minutes, creating a microplanet that forces travelers to slow down. Right in the center of the island lies a large saltwater lake surrounded by mangroves, a geographical paradox that creates a unique dual ecosystem. The waters around the island are the territory of green sea turtles and hawksbill sea turtles, armored warriors that swim near shallow coral reefs, making this place the turtle capital of Indonesia. The entirety of Gili Meno is actually a giant coral sand dune, protected by a coral reef belt that acts as a biological shield, absorbing the power of ocean waves. The indigenous Sasak people strictly control the island's development, resolutely refusing mega-resort projects to preserve the pristine beauty of their ancestral land. In northeastern Brazil, Lençóis Maranhenses stretches over 579 square miles, appearing like a miniature Sahara desert, yet receiving over 47 inches of rain annually, stubbornly defying the very definition of a desert. Under the scorching equatorial sun, the pure quartz sand reflects heat instead of absorbing it, allowing people to walk barefoot on its pristine white surface and still feel an incredible coolness. At the edge of the park, dense Amazonian mangroves directly clash with vast stretches of sand, creating a tense and dramatic ecological boundary. The entire system exists in a delicate balance, where even a slight change in rainfall or wind direction due to climate change could cause this water desert mechanism to collapse permanently. Each year, the lakes are only present for a few months before the heat evaporates them all, restoring the initial desolation and repeating a relentless cycle of life and death. Do you believe there's a lake that seems to float in mid-air? Surreal, the largest lake in the Faroe Islands, with an area of more than 1.3 square miles, perches precariously atop basalt cliffs, like a miniature water planet. From certain angles, the lake creates a hanging lake illusion, appearing to hover hundreds of feet above the ocean, defying all perceptions of gravity. In reality, the water surface is only about 100 feet above sea level, but the unusual slope of the Tralanipa cliff deceives the eye, transforming this place into an infinity pool in the sky. The basalt cliffs around the lake are eroded by salt winds into a rugged surface, recording the harsh traces of time and geology. Surreal was formed during the Ice Age, when glaciers receded, leaving a deep basin protected by robust bedrock. Tens of thousands of seabirds nest on the sheer cliffs, and their cries blend with the crashing waves to create a wild symphony echoing across the Atlantic Ocean. Sigiriya, recognized by UNESCO, is a magnificent rock fortress built by King Kasyapa, a usurper who lived in extreme fear, isolating himself amidst the clouds to avoid assassination. Along the cliff face is the mirror wall, polished with beeswax and egg whites, which once reflected the king's image and today preserves 8th century graffiti poems like an ancient social network. The modern metal staircase system, bolted directly into the cliff face hundreds of feet high, shakes violently in the whipping winds, forcing visitors to confront directly the dizzying depths below. On top of the absurdly flat rock mass are the remains of a palace, terraced pools, and red brick foundations, evoking the image of a timeless civilization's resort. Despite being almost impregnable, this fortress ended in tragedy when Kasayapa abandoned his absolute advantage, engaged his brother in battle, and committed suicide with a dagger after his war elephant got stuck in the mud. Can you believe there's a natural water fortress that can defy the entire ocean? St. Paul's Bay in Rhodes is almost completely enclosed by massive cliffs, leaving only a narrow opening connecting it to the Aegean Sea, transforming it into a natural saltwater pool immune to storms. Nestled right at the foot of the Lindos Acropolis, the deep blue water reflects ancient Greek stone columns, creating an overwhelming clash between historical depth and timeless beauty. With its heart shape and the presence of a small chapel, this place has become a sanctuary for weddings, where delicate romance contrasts with harsh, millions of years old cliffs. From within the bay, the view is surrounded by rocks in every direction, creating the stifling feeling of an enclosed yet mesmerizingly beautiful space. Beneath the calm water, broken pottery shards, ancient anchors, and old defensive remnants occasionally emerge, transforming the bay floor into a silent museum swallowed by time and the ocean. Ilha da Queimada Grande, off the coast of Brazil, boasts the world's highest density of venomous snakes, with an estimated 1 to 5 individuals for every 11 square feet, turning the island into a deadly biological minefield. Rumor once existed that pirates released the snakes to protect treasure, but science has proven this to be the result of geological isolation, though the story still casts an eerie atmosphere over the place. Seen from afar, the island appears as a lush Atlantic forest paradise in the middle of the ocean, a perfect camouflage hiding countless deadly predators. Inside the dense jungle, an oppressive silence reigns, where every rustle of dry leaves becomes a warning, putting humans under immense psychological pressure. Snake Island stands as ironclad proof that Earth still maintains absolute forbidden zones, resolutely rejecting human footsteps to protect its cold-blooded creatures. The Blue Mosque neighborhood in Kabul is prominent for the Saki Shrine, an architectural masterpiece covered in blue tiles, shining like an azure jewel against the earthy backdrop of the City of Dust. From the hilltop behind the shrine, a panoramic view of Kabul unfolds like a labyrinth of overlapping box-like houses, vividly depicting human expansion across the barren, rocky terrain. Surrounding the sacred site is a maze of steep alleys where streams of people and pushcarts weave through old brick walls, creating a chaotic yet energetic rhythm of life. The Janda Bala ceremony, with the manual hoisting of the colossal flag on New Year's Day, becomes an epic spectacle, honoring the strength of faith and community unity. Topaz Ecolodge is isolated on a dome-shaped hilltop in the middle of Muang Hua Valley, far from Sapa town, creating an absolutely private planet. With a philosophy that rejects technology, for a long time, The bungalows were not equipped with televisions or Wi-Fi, compelling guests to disconnect from the digital world and directly face the grandeur of nature. Even though temperatures in Sapa can drop below 41 degrees Fahrenheit, the infinity pool here always stays warm thanks to an energy-efficient heat pump system, creating a temperature paradox amidst the icy mountain peak. From the balcony of each bungalow, the winding terraced rice fields unfold like a living sculpture, changing color from emerald green to shimmering gold with the seasons. Hidden deep beneath Mexico, the Cave of the Crystals contains the largest selenite crystals ever discovered, with columns reaching nearly 40 feet long, over 13 feet in diameter, and weighing approximately 60 tons. Inside the cave, the humidity is nearly 100%, making it impossible for sweat to evaporate. And without specialized protective gear, fluid will condense in the lungs, claiming the life of a healthy person in less than 10 minutes. To achieve such oppressive sizes, the crystals grew continuously for 500,000 years at a rate so slow that they thickened by only the width of a single hair per century in a perfectly stable temperature environment. In northern Chile, the Atacama Desert is located at an average elevation of over 6,500 feet, where the air is so thin that every human step becomes slow, as if walking on the moon. Approximately every 5 to 7 years, when rare sudden rains fall, millions of dormant seeds under the sand simultaneously awaken, transforming the barren land into a vibrant purple flower carpet in just a few short days. For the locals, this is not a lifeless desert, but a sacred entity with a soul, where they perform rituals to thank the deities for the precious water from the Andes mountain range. This very arid land once sparked the 19th century War of the Pacific to dispute the immense economic value hidden beneath the poor, dusty sand. And in this harsh paradox, NASA chose Atacama as a Mars laboratory, testing rovers before sending them to the Red Planet. On this planet, there are roads so dangerous that a single small mistake can cost everything. Some routes are carved directly into vertical cliffs, fragile threads stretched across raging rivers, or winding through unstable mountain ranges that seem ready to collapse with the slightest tremor. There are no guardrails, no warning signs, only blind curves that reveal danger when it is already too late. Sometimes even a strong gust of wind is enough to send the steering wheel trembling above the vast emptiness below. This is not simply a journey, but a battle of will against nature, where survival depends on every second of focus and every precise decision. Jianmen Pass has been revered by historians and military strategists for thousands of years as the most perilous pass in the world. The Jiandao plank road system was built by directly embedding support beams into the sheer cliff face, creating a walkway suspended high above a deep abyss. The Niao Dao, or bird's flight path, is so narrow that it barely allows an adult's entire foot to be placed on the cold rock surface. Strong winds whistle through the mountain pass. Rocks can collapse at any moment, and dense fog frequently swallows all visibility, turning each step into a test of survival. Just one accidental glance down into the bottomless chasm below one's feet will make climbers feel their hearts pound in their chests. Modern tourism statistics recognize this as one of the most psychologically challenging walking paths in the world due to its breathtaking height and precipitous drops. The tightless cliff walk is not just a path, but a steel rope strung across the sky on the roof of Europe. At an elevation of nearly 10,000 feet, do you have enough courage to embark on that perilous journey suspended in mid-air? The transparent mesh floor turns every step into a direct confrontation with the deadly, white abyss below. Mountain winds howl through the narrow gaps, as if wanting to strip away every last bit of confidence from hands gripping the icy railing. This is where oxygen becomes a luxury, and the fear of heights transforms into a true psychological trauma amidst the biting cold clouds. Crossing this bridge is a liberating ritual, as you stand on top of the world and look down at the ultimate insignificance of humanity. Rising from the abyss, the Millau Viaduct emerges like a pure white steel blade, cleaving the deep blue sky of southern France. Here, the boundary between earth and heaven is blurred by a white ribbon, nearly 1.5 miles long, suspended in the void. This pathway compels you to embark on a cloud-riding expedition, where each span of the bridge is a challenge to gravity at a breathtaking height. This is where engineering and futuristic art converge, transforming primal fear into a powerful sense of awe. The Aiguille du Midi Bridge is not just a walkway, it is a steel rib clinging precariously over a kingdom of ice and death. At an altitude of nearly 13,100 feet, this path forces you to confront the harshness of the thin atmosphere and the bottomless abyss. The wind whistles through the granite crevices like nature's screams, reminding humanity of its own fragility amidst the Alps. The 7-mile bridge is an engineering marvel stretching across the strait, connecting the islands of the Florida Keys archipelago in the United States. The total length of the bridge reaches approximately 6.75 miles, making it an enduring symbol of American transportation infrastructure. Next to the current bridge are the remnants of the old bridge, a legendary railroad legacy of billionaire Henry Flagler. The old bridge was constructed in the early 20th century by railroad tycoon Henry Flagler as what was considered the most audacious project of its time. After being severely damaged by natural disasters, the modern new bridge was officially inaugurated in 1982 to replace it. Driving across the 7-mile bridge offers a breathtaking sensation, as if you are flying over the deep blue waters of the bay. The Changkong Plank Road is located on the south peak of Mount Hua, in Shanxi Province, China, suspended amidst clouds and steep rock. It is considered the most dangerous plank walk in the world, situated at an elevation of over 6,900 feet above sea level. The path clings tightly to a vertical granite cliff with a cold rock wall on one side and a bottomless chasm thousands of feet deep on the other. The walkway consists only of rough wooden planks about 1 foot wide, just enough for 1 foot to be placed sideways to inch forward. Hikers must cling tightly to massive iron chains securely fastened directly to the mountain surface with sturdy steel bolts. Pandawa Beach Road appears as a perfect human-made cut into the stark white limestone mountain ranges. This is an impressive road project carved directly through the colossal white limestone ranges of the Bukit Peninsula. While the length of this road cut is not very long, the height of the rock walls on both sides can reach over 65 feet. The greatest potential danger here comes from the risk of natural rock slides from the limestone cliffs that have not been fully reinforced. During peak tourist season, sudden surges in traffic volume on the steep curves often lead to challenging traffic conditions. As soon as you step into this rock corridor, you will immediately feel overwhelmed by the colossal scale that humans have created through rock and sheer will. The Vitim River Bridge is part of the enormous Baikal-Amur mainline railway project constructed during the former Soviet Union era, standing as a rugged legacy in the desolate Siberian wilderness. The structure, almost 1,870 feet long, spans the mighty Vitim River with its rusty steel frame and decaying wooden ties, creating a haunting, skeletal appearance. The bridge's width is only about 6.5 feet, barely enough for a standard car, allowing no room for error. This place is considered the ultimate test for adventurous drivers and motorcycle travelers worldwide who venture into Siberia. Kokokcha Pass is a treacherous road on National Highway 4A, located in Xuan Trong Commune, Baolac District, Cao Bang Province, winding through steep, rocky, mountainous terrain. Though only about 1.5 miles long, the pass features as many as 15 consecutive winding slopes following the nearly vertical mountainside. To fully observe the panoramic view of those 15 layers of slopes, you must hike up a steep trail to the mountaintop for about 30 minutes. Kokokcha is dubbed by adventurers as one of the most dangerous and challenging passes to conquer in Vietnam. Every curve presents a severe psychological challenge, where even a small misstep could send a vehicle plummeting into the deep abyss. Quetzalcoatl is not just a walkway, it is the 500-year heartbeat of the Inca civilization, suspended over the deadly Andean abyss. Walking across Quetzalcoatl is a terrifying experience, as the grass bridge surface constantly sways with every step. The greatest danger comes from the natural decomposition of the grass fibers under the harsh impact of high-altitude sun and rain. The bridge is about 108 feet long, suspended approximately 49 feet above the rolling Apurimac River, creating a fragile aerial crossing. Each year, hundreds of local people gather for 3 consecutive days to perform the ritual weaving and installation of the new bridge, precisely recreating an ancient method passed down through many generations. Trift Bridge is one of the longest and highest pedestrian suspension bridges in the Swiss Alps, spanning a magnificent glacial mountain landscape. The bridge is up to 558 feet long and hangs 328 feet above the lake below, creating a delicate pathway amidst the cold air. Its structure is based on a Nepalese-style suspension bridge design with a system of high-strength steel cables capable of extreme load-bearing. The bridge deck is only about 3 feet wide, assembled from narrow wooden planks firmly attached to a sturdy steel frame, making every step cautious. Statistics show this is one of the most breathtaking destinations, requiring both physical endurance and a strong spirit before stepping onto that suspended span. To access the bridge, you must take the Triftbahn cable car, then hike for nearly 2 hours across steep, rocky mountainsides. Is Kakum National Park the only place in West Africa where you can walk among the canopy of the ancient forest on the continent's first and most famous canopy walkway system? The entire structure consists of 7 separate bridge segments connecting giant ancient trees using a network of specialized ropes and steel cables in a cable-stayed design. The suspended bridge hangs at an elevation of about 130 feet above the ground, equivalent to the 12th floor of a building amidst the deep green sea of the forest canopy. As you walk high above, you can hear the roars of Diana monkeys blending with the resonant calls of grey hornbills hidden within the dense foliage. Since its opening in 1995, this place has become a national tourism icon, attracting hundreds of thousands of adventurous visitors each year. The Deception Pass Bridge was inaugurated in 1935 and stands as one of the greatest constructions built by the Civilian Conservation Corps during the Great Depression. It serves as the sole road artery connecting remote Whidbey Island to mainland Washington, playing a vital role in the survival of an entire community. Structurally, the work actually comprises two separate bridge spans linked across Pass Island, which is nestled within the majestic gorge. Its unique cantilever steel design helped the bridge be listed on the National Register of Historic Places of the United States as a significant architectural heritage. The bridge deck is only about 28 feet wide for 2 lanes of traffic, causing large trucks to frequently make stressful, precise adjustments to avoid mirror collisions. The bridge's image is also prominently featured in cinema, appearing in haunting scenes of the famous horror film The Ring, transforming this location into a symbol that holds both historical value and evokes a chilling sensation. The Liujiaxia Bridge stands majestically like a ribbon of steel draped across the giant gorge of the formidable Upper Yellow River. With its span suspended hundreds of feet high, this roadway challenges every driver's nerve when facing the deep blue abyss below. Sudden gusts of wind from the canyon can shake the entire massive structure, turning vehicle cabins into unfortunate pendulums in mid-air. This is not just a traffic infrastructure, but an expedition of will to conquer the most treacherous terrain in northwest China. The feeling of emptiness beneath the wheels and the awe at its immense scale make every crossing of the bridge a near life and death experience. The White Pass and Yukon route is known as the legendary Railway to the Gold Mines, connecting Alaska and Canada, a delicate ribbon of steel clinging to the sheer cliffs of the Boundary Mountains amidst the harsh wilderness. The Captain William Moore steel suspension bridge was specially designed with one fixed end and one free end to withstand seismic vibrations from geological faults below. The route's grade reaches 3.9%, one of the steepest grades in the world for railways that do not use a cog system. Alaskan blizzard winds can reach speeds of over 60 miles per hour, strong enough to blow away objects and cause whiteout conditions that prevent engineers from seeing the tracks ahead. Along the route, the ruins of old campsites and frozen animal carcasses serve as a stark reminder of the harshness that the Arctic wilderness reserves for those who dare to trespass. This is the world's longest continuous bridge over water, holding and protecting its Guinness World Record for decades as an irreplaceable icon. The causeway actually consists of two parallel spans stretching for nearly 24¼ miles, connecting the cities of Metairie and Mandeville with an endless strip of concrete. The entire structure is supported by more than 9,500 reinforced concrete piles driven deep into the lakebed's mud, creating an engineering marvel amidst the vast expanse of water. At the central section, which is about 8 miles long, you will not be able to see any land on either side, feeling as if you are driving through a boundless, endless ocean. Situated right in the path of hurricanes like Katrina, this structure frequently endures terrifying winds and fierce waves that wash over the roadway. The Eshima Ohashi Bridge in Japan is famous by the nickname roller coaster bridge due to its incredibly steep appearance when viewed from afar. Do you dare to drive across this bridge when ahead of you is a steep incline like a steel wall reaching straight up into the sky? Just press the accelerator and you will clearly feel the vehicle climbing a 6.1% grade on the Shiman side or a 5.1% grade on the Tottori side, where the bridge deck seems to disappear from view. The entire structure is approximately 1 1/10 miles long, with the main span proudly rising high into the air for ships to pass underneath. This is Japan's largest rigid frame bridge and the third largest in the entire world, an engineering marvel rising above the vast waters. The bamboo train, also known as the nori, is a unique homemade train that runs on the warped tracks of Battambang province. The structure of a bamboo train is extremely simple, consisting only of a bamboo platform approximately 10 feet long, placed on two iron wheel axles taken from old train cars. A small gasoline engine is connected to the rear axle by a bare rubber belt, with absolutely no braking system or steering wheel. The speed of this bamboo monster can reach between 25 and 31 miles per hour, an extremely terrifying figure when passengers are only sitting on a platform without railings. The Doge Bridge is a massive cable-stayed bridge located on the border between Guizhou and Yunnan provinces in China, spanning a deep valley. This engineering marvel holds the Guinness World Record as the highest bridge in the world, measuring 1,854 feet from the bridge deck down to the riverbed below. Two enormous bridge towers, measuring 883 feet and 810 feet tall, are anchored deep into the rock to bear the entire massive load. The bridge surface is paved with premium asphalt and features 4 traffic lanes, supported by a system of high-strength steel cables densely woven like a steel net suspended in the sky. To complete the suspended span at such a dizzying height, engineers had to use advanced assembly technology with precision measured to within a fraction of an inch in mid-air. The Husseini Suspension Bridge is a skeletal structure of steel and rotting wood, hanging as a defiant challenge over the Hunza abyss. This is not a transportation infrastructure. It is a death trap nearly 660 feet long, with gaps wide enough to swallow anyone who missteps. Every step on the broken planks is a direct confrontation with survival instincts amidst the fierce gales of the Karakoram Range. Here, safety is a luxury concept, with rusty cables being the only thing separating you from the rushing river below. Real-world statistics show it to be a terrifying nightmare for tourists, while local residents still have to cross it daily for their livelihood, accepting the risks as an essential part of life. The Royal Gorge Bridge is an engineering marvel suspended high above the Arkansas River near Kyon City, Colorado. The bridge hangs at an astonishing height of about 955 feet above the river, a record it held as the world's highest for many decades. The entire structure spans about 1,260 feet, supported by giant steel towers anchored securely into the towering cliff faces. The deck is precisely made of 1,292 thick wooden planks, creating a distinct clattering sound that echoes with every step. An intricate system of suspension cables and guy wires helps the bridge stand firm against the fierce mountain winds that sweep across the gorge. Gazing down at the Arkansas River, appearing as a tiny silver thread far below, offers a humbling perspective on the grandeur of nature. The Nijiao Expressway is a vital route that carves its way through the rugged mountainous regions of Yunnan Province, China. Massive concrete bridge piers, hundreds of feet tall, are anchored deep into the valley floor to support the roadway suspended high above. Engineers had to design spiral tunnel sections within the mountains themselves to reduce the grade for heavy-duty vehicles. Construction teams had to manage thousands of unexpected underground caves that appeared during the tunneling and pier installation. This region faces a very high risk of landslides and rockfalls, especially during Yunnan's extended rainy and flood season. Is Romania's Road to the Sky, a strip of asphalt winding like a giant dragon clinging to the Făgăraș Mountains. The road was built rapidly from 1970 to 1974 under the dictator Nicolae Ceausescu. The route, designated DN7C, is about 56 miles long, connecting the two historic regions of Transylvania and Wallachia. The highest point of the road reaches about 6,700 feet in the Blea Lake area, where clouds cover the road's surface year-round. In recent years at Transfăgărașan, European brown bears frequently appear near the road's edge, and there have been many attacks or vehicle damages when tourists carelessly stop to feed them or take close-up photos. Sani Pass is a legendary mountain pass clinging to the Drakensberg mountain range, a challenging journey through the clouds to reach the rooftop of South Africa at an elevation of nearly 10,000 feet. In 1948, a man named Godfrey Edmonds made a historic journey in a surplus World War II Jeep to prove that motorized vehicles could conquer the pass. It took many decades of strenuous manual labor for the path to be expanded from a small track into the gravel and dirt mountain pass it is today. The road surface is entirely loose rock, slippery clay mud, and deep ruts formed by rainwater erosion along the sheer mountain face. At the final turns near the summit, the road narrows to just enough for a single lane of traffic with breathtaking switchbacks right at the edge of the precipice. Many disastrous rollover accidents have been recorded when drivers attempted to cross the pass in the late afternoon or evening, when thick fog completely obscured the steep hairpin turns. Canningstock Route, the world's most solitary and longest trail, stretches through 4 enormous deserts, where death is not hidden in deep chasms, but lies in the bone-dry stillness and breathtaking isolation. This route traverses 4 major deserts, including the Gibson Desert, the Little Sandy Desert, the Great Sandy Desert, and the Tanami Desert. Throughout the journey of nearly 1,250 miles, there are no towns, gas stations, or repair shops at all, except for a few remote Aboriginal communities. The greatest danger here is absolute isolation. If a vehicle breaks down or an accident occurs, the chance of receiving help is almost zero without satellite communication equipment. Fairy Meadows Road appears as a thin thread clinging to the 1,000-foot cliffs of the majestic Himalayas. This is where the line between life and death is separated by just an inch or two, a single wrong turn of the wheel. Roaring jeeps crawl over the rugged, rocky terrain, defying gravity right at the edge of bottomless abysses. Every hairpin bend is a grueling psychological test where fear is swallowed by the overwhelming grandeur of nature. There are no guardrails, no assistance, only the courage to face the fury of the sheer cliffs. Statistics show that the risk here is so high that many insurance companies refuse to cover incidents on this road. The Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge, also known as the Grand Canyon Glass Bridge, is located in the Wulingyuan Scenic Area, Hunan Province, China. With 99 tempered glass panels suspended at a height of 984 feet, this path forces you to look straight down into the abyss below your feet without any shielding, where every step directly challenges your courage. At the time of its launch, this was the world's longest and highest glass bridge, setting an unprecedented record. The bridge's capacity is limited to 800 people at a time to ensure absolute safety for the entire glass structure suspended in mid-air. Walking on the Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge is an uneven battle between the logic of the brain and survival instincts. The Sidu River Bridge is not simply infrastructure, it is a steel thread more than 6/10 of a mile long, stretched across the mouth of the planet's deepest gorge. At a height of 1,627 feet, this roadway forces drivers to confront primal fears as they glide along the rooftop of the clouds. This is where engineering meets the art of warfare, as rockets were used to launch pilot lines across an impenetrable canyon. The Sidu River Bridge once held the record for the world's highest bridge from 2009 until the Beipan River Bridge opened. Rising amidst towering crimson sand dunes, the road winding through Rub al Khali appears like a delicate black thread across an endless sea of sand. Here, a sudden sandstorm can erase lane markings and directions, turning the road into a blinding trap amidst scorching temperatures and nearly zero visibility. This route pushes you into the heart of the empty quarter, where for hundreds of miles there are no rest stops, no other people, and any mechanical failure can become a true survival situation. The hot wind not only howls across the dunes, but also pushes layers of sand onto the asphalt, causing tires to lose traction in an instant. Absolute isolation, extreme heat, and vast distances for rescue turn every journey here into a gamble against harsh nature. Conquering this road is not just driving through the desert, but directly confronting one of the planet's most dangerous and unforgiving environments. Stelvio Pass rises among the Alps like an asphalt labyrinth with steep, zigzagging turns right at the edge of the abyss. The world-famous road features a total of 75 hairpin turns, with the north face from Prato alone accounting for 48 numbered turns marked on stone slabs. The road surface at the turns is extremely narrow, forcing long tour buses or heavy trucks to virtually struggle and occupy both lanes to maneuver through. Due to its extreme altitude, the road is frequently closed completely from November to May of the following year because of thick snow that cannot be cleared. Many catastrophic collisions have occurred when sports cars or high-displacement motorcycles intentionally speed and overtake recklessly at the blind spots of sharp hairpin turns. Along the route, memorials and wreaths on the roadside bear witness to Stelvio's unforgiving nature for those who dare to challenge the king of the passes without preparation. Nariz del Diablo in Ecuador is known as the most challenging railway line on the planet, where every 3.28 feet of track was laid directly in front of a sheer rock wall. This unique railway segment is located at an altitude of about 7,500 feet above sea level in Ecuador's Chimborazo province. To overcome the approximately 2,600 feet of cliff in a short distance, the railway was designed with an extremely steep grade, reaching 5.5%. Just a small error in switching the points or an uncontrolled speed could send the train plummeting into the abyss. For many years, visitors were allowed to ride on the roof of the train for an exhilarating experience, but this practice was completely banned after a tragic accident killed 2 tourists who hit an electrical wire and fell down the mountain. Although the route has now been modernized for tourism, the sensation of moving backward down a steep cliff remains the ultimate test of bravery for anyone. China is a land where nature and time have joined forces to create landscapes that go far beyond imagination. The journey here is not simply about exploring terrain, but about stepping into spaces that challenge reality itself, where mountains rise into the clouds and fierce waterfalls crash down from dizzying heights, roaring through vast wilderness. Amid these impossible places, a cultural current, thousands of years old, continues to flow alongside the rapid pace of modern technology. From the art of calligraphy, where every brushstroke carries deep Eastern philosophy, to the vibrant colors and symbolism of Peking opera, tradition here is not preserved in silence. It remains alive in the present. Join us as we uncover an unseen China, where past and present intersect, and unreal landscapes quietly wait to leave you in awe in this breathtaking 4K journey. Fanjingshan in Guizhou, China, is the highest peak of the Wuling Mountains range, standing at an elevation of 8,432 feet, and is recognized by UNESCO as a World Natural Heritage Site. At Fanjingshan, over 8,000 steep stone steps form a stairway to heaven, a challenging ordeal that pushes people to overcome themselves. Two temples perched on a sharp peak of Fanjingshan create the wonder of Hongyun Jinding, a rock pillar split in two at the summit, with 2 temples dedicated to Sakyamuni and Maitreya, connected by a narrow bridge suspended above the abyss.